Hey Homeworthy, I'm Chad Rogers. Welcome to my condo in Beverly Hills. Come on in.
You're watching Homeworthy, where we believe every home has a story.
Hi, I'm Chad Rogers. I'm a real estate agent in Los Angeles, and welcome to my home in the heart of Beverly Hills. So I purchased my condo in 2010, and when I saw this space, it kind of felt like a home. The ceilings are high, it brought in a lot of natural light. The landscaping around the property with all the bamboo, I felt like I could be, anywhere, like in a jungle or some faraway place. And I really love that aspect to my home. And I think whenever you know that your home is the right fit is when you feel like you don't want to leave the space. And that's how I always felt, and it was right when I laid my eyes on it that first day. As you come into the condo, everything is open. I actually removed some columns, and when I did that, it opened up the space so much more. And what I really like about my kitchen is it's a timeless aesthetic. I did this in the second remodel, which was in 2015, and you could see that it's still in style. And I absolutely love it. And all the colors are just really neutral. And I like, the bells and the whistles, like the pot filler and the wine fridge. And it's important for me to have all stainless steel appliances. So I love my kitchen. I'm here obviously 80% of the day because I like food. I don't cook a lot. If my stove or the oven's been used maybe like 15 times since I've owned the place, that's pretty good. I meal prep, so I'm always buying already made foods at Bristol Farms down the street and bringing it back home. I use the microwave a lot. Yeah, I just love how everything just is consistent though. Like the herringbone flooring flows into the kitchen, and the flooring was all done in this remodel. And the stone that we used is porcelain. So I put a lot of my own personality into the kitchen. As you can see, that Bob's Big Boy was mine when I was a little kid, and I saved it through the years. So Bob is basically now a part of my home. So he goes right there. And also I love this light fixture. It is, back from the 70s, and it adds a really nice dimension to the space. So as we leave the kitchen, it flows into the dining area. And as you could see, the succulent arrangements that I have the juicy leaf go to the next level. And this is literally like a piece of art. And the dining room table base is the Paul Evans Cityscape. And when I purchased it, it needed to get completely redone. And we refinished it as if it was brand new. And I mean, it literally just brings everything together in this space. And as you can see, you're greeted when you come into my condo by my guitar, which I love playing. And I'm always playing when I'm not working in real estate or at the gym. It's really a part of my life. The art that I have throughout my home is also really important to me. I love pop art. I used to have a hairstyle like this, and everyone was like, "Is that you?" I'm like, "No, he's a little bit more famous than me." So when I purchased my condo, this space was really hard to imagine what I was gonna do as far as furniture. The space had a really big round table and chairs around it. It just didn't really work in this sort of a element. So I came up with the idea to have a custom made banquette, and it wraps around, and I think it's fun because when guests come over, everyone kind of likes to hang around the table, and it's just a really comfortable, casual way to create this sort of a space. And yeah, so when guests come over, I have my chairs and I have the sofa. When I'm alone with my dog Callie, she literally just picks wherever she wants to sit, and she has all the right to do so. But I love it, and for me, comfort is so important. So all of the furniture that I've had made or I purchased needs to have an element of when you sit in it, it's relaxing. Having my home feel open was really important for me. And when I purchased the condo, I had these columns. They were like square and they went all the way up to the ceiling, and I had one also right here. So I made sure they weren't load bearing, and I had a structural engineer do a whole thing on it. So we took them out. Literally, the space transformed, and now it feels like you're really in the kitchen when you're not, and it's fun because you want to see all the food that's being cooked when you're at the dining room table. So I'm glad I took those columns out. Being a real estate agent, I know how to look past a lot of things. And when I saw it for the first time, I knew that I had to do a full-on renovation to it. From the honey flooring to the cherry wood cabinetry. And I mean, it just seemed like it was right out of like the late 90s. So when I moved into it, I gradually decided to remodel in different stages. And it went through 2 remodels, and then this last remodel was the 3rd, and I was like, okay, this is going to be it, because if I do any more remodels on it, I mean, I'll probably need therapy. Okay, so now we're gonna, go into this other great space, and it just kind of flows into it. I found this incredible circular sofa, and it's from the 70s. The designer was Rogier, which is funny because it's like my last name. I'm like, this was meant to be. And I had this ottoman custom designed for it because like when I'm on my sofas, I like to lounge out and sometimes fall asleep, and I just couldn't do it because it wasn't deep enough. So having the ottoman really made it like I want to sit on this and do work, have my coffee, hang out with the dog, that sort of stuff. And it's right next to my fireplace, which I've actually I never thought this fireplace was going to be as intense as it was, but literally it ended up costing like 8 times more than I thought it was going to be. Obviously, you have to get permits on everything that you do in the city of Beverly Hills, and the support system for the vanilla onyx has to be so sturdy and secure. Also, it was a learning curve because at first, when I did this in 2015, everyone was saying just do those string LED lights behind it and that will illuminate it. And I looked online and I was like, I don't want string LED lights because you'll see them behind the vanilla onyx. So I did more research and found a LED slab company. So it's like these LED tile slabs, and they go behind it right next to each other, like if you're doing like a wall, and you don't see any hot spots. So this whole fireplace came together, and I have to tell you, it's like an art piece. It brings my whole home together. And at night, just when all the lights are off and it's on just kind of like a dim, it just really creates such a statement, and I absolutely love it. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm constantly thinking about in my head, and I've seen a lot of homes with like bar counters that had vanilla onyx or some sort of like stone that is transparent, which they have light shine through. And I always wanted some sort of element of that in my home. And so I got the idea to do a backlit vanilla onyx fireplace. And I really wanted it to be a statement, and I wanted the hearth, which is the flooring piece of it, to be illuminated. I wanted also the sides, as you can see over here, to be illuminated. And then I also wanted to go up all the way to the ceiling. And it's really like a wow piece. Like everyone that comes to my home, they're like, oh my God, that is incredible. And it's really, you know, for me, an accomplishment that I was able to create something like that just from, you know, my own mind and what I thought would work perfect in the space. So it really did come together. This space is really where I like to lounge after work and hang out with my dog. So what I like most of all is it flows onto the patio. When I bought my home, I had French doors, and I had basically one door here that didn't open and shut. I had two doors here, one door opened, and then I had kind of what was the same as the other side. It didn't open. So it wasn't inviting. I didn't want to use my patio. So then I got this great idea to do the folding doors that go all the way to the wall. And Lanai Doors is the company that I used. And I'm so glad I did it because now it's inviting. I actually want to hang out outside. And, you know, the screen that I put in the back to keep bugs out was so important because I was getting bit all the time by like mosquitoes, spiders were coming in. So this screen protects, you know, me from like the insects and anything that comes in. I even had a bird fly in one day. So with the screen, it definitely enables me to be able to use my patio at all times of the day. Also, when it's really chilly, like in winter, I have a heat lamp out here, and it gets really hot super quick. So it's really an enjoyable space, and it's fun for entertaining as well because, you know, it creates a nice flow. Yeah, so I really wanted to tie the landscaping in with the outdoor bamboo, which is a very aesthetic feature of the building that I live in. In Beverly Hills, most buildings are so close to each other that you don't have so much greenery. And literally, I feel like I could be in the middle of the jungle, like on a vacation or escape. And that's also one reason why I fell in love with my home. So to create a setting outdoor where the landscaping complemented the bamboo was really important for me. And so you could see we blended succulents with other greenery, and we added some colors. Nothing too over the top. I just wanted to feel kind of soothing, like if you were at like a really nice hotel, like Four Seasons or a spa somewhere, and just be able to relax. Yeah, also, I do love crystals, and I've collected crystals so many years, and I feel like each crystal has a special energy, which also creates a nice feel in my home. And plants, you know, create life, and I just feel the more you have that puts energy into your space, at least for me, I really enjoy all that type of stuff, and you know, makes it so I don't want to leave, but sometimes I have to go and sell houses. You know, that's how I could pay for this place. But I really created a home that I never want to leave from. This side table right here, I fell in love with because it's a mid-century sort of style, which I'm totally into, and it complements the circular sofa because it's also in that same shape. And you know, you'll see things like this glass piece right here throughout my home, and I don't like anything not having a purpose. And so everything, you know, around, like you could put stuff in it, and it also adds to the style of my home. So you know, as we go through it, I'll point things like that out. We're at this other great little like centerpiece. So this crystal was given to me by a client, and when she handed this to me, I almost was like, no, I can't accept it. Because it's like the biggest crystal I've ever seen in my life, and I just know what things like that cost. So I'm like, are you sure? I'm like, you should keep it. And she's like, no, this is for you in your home. And I absolutely love this crystal. To me, it feels like it has so much energy. And that's why it's in the center of this, arrangement. My designer found other things like, this coral piece. And as you can see, the juicy leaf brought succulents and really cool arrangements. Like this one, they all have different like themes. And also I love like this, like we just find different like, pieces to like put succulents in, and they become like little statements. And then up here, I know that's mid-century, and everyone thought that this was my dog Starla because she kind of looked like a lion. But it's not Starla, but I thought it was a cool piece and it works really well in the space. Other pieces in here have sentimental value to me. My parents gave me this as a home warming present. It's a mid-century clock, and I just think that it's so cool how it lights up at night. It complements the fireplace. And then other things like this crystal I love. And I wonder, I always tell the crystals, I'm like, help me sell some houses. So I like to think that the bigger ones definitely work their magic. Pillows are very important to me, and my designer is really into finding the right pillow. She's even more like, into it than me, to a point where she's like laser focused. So she needed to find the pillow that kind of tied in the colors, and she definitely accomplished it in this space. I just think that it really works nicely. And then the pillows that you see on the banquette surrounding the dining room table, they also bring in the colors of the sofa and the beiges in the kitchen as well. When I decided to remodel my home, I'm always thinking my friends, how I'm gonna entertain, and where is everybody gonna like congregate. And what I fell in love most of all with my condo is that it's an open floor plan and it doesn't feel claustrophobic. So everyone kind of has a place to hang out. And now I absolutely love my patio. Before, when I bought it, it was just French doors that you would open up to the patio. And in my second remodel, I installed the door that just opens all the way. So it kind of feels like you're at one with the outside. And I even installed a bug screen because the bamboo tracks so many mosquitoes. And you won't see it when you're looking at it. You'll be like, I don't even see a screen, but it's there, and I just like to spend time outside. I just don't like getting bit by the mosquitoes. So that was a big thing to create that space for myself. And landscaping is really important for me, and the plants that I have around my home. I have a company called the Juicy Leaf come in, and they arrange all the succulents and cool pottery, and they also become kind of like art. And just throughout my home, you'll see that certain plants are blended also with succulents as well, which just gives it kind of a zhuzh. And I really feel that when you have plants in your home, it just brings life into it. And I also live in my home with my kid. She's gonna be 4 years old. She has a lot of fur, and her name is Callie. She's my Aussie doodle. So, when I was doing the remodel, I had her in mind as well. And we're gonna continue. This is my Chihuahua Starla that a friend of mine did. She was my dog, 3-pound Chihuahua, and she holds a very special place in my heart, and she was with me when I purchased this condo. Go into this space, my TV area. I like how there's no walls, so everything's kind of open, and it gives a nice entertaining aspect to it. As you can see, I love mid-century furniture, like this Pierre Cardin piece, and I love furniture that has texture and shapes. And Jensen, my designer, she was very much into these pillows. And we find our pillows pretty much anywhere. We got a lot of them from Restoration Hardware as well, which I love that store. Basically, I have to sell a few more houses if I want to keep on shopping there. So I love pop art, and I like things that add, color. And also, it was very important to me in this third and final remodel that all of the cabinetry feels like it's floating. So I had an incredible designer out of Sweden make this for me, and it houses all my TV equipment. And then this is the frame TV, which I think I bought it because I love the screensavers that you could put on it through Samsung. And so, so it creates another piece of art in the home. I feel like lighting is also really important in a home, and I added lights that are different that you're not going to see in most spaces. And the lights that we put in, they complement the furniture. Like this one is circular, so it kind of complements the chaise, which is in the fireplace area. And for me, when I'm at home relaxing, I like to have my lights super dim because I like when things feel illuminated, and they're also like little pieces of art. So now we're gonna walk over here. I love like really cool art, and this was done by an artist up in Portland, Oregon. His name is K.L. Woolens, and he's an incredible artist. He even drove down literally 2 days ago to bring this piece to me. And if I was a guitar, I always joke, I told him I would probably look like this. I like things that are just really abstract, and he uses like such cool materials like steel, copper, and brass. And what's really like freaking cool is he put my Chihuahua Starla into this piece. Like her birthday was 777, which is right here. In Morse code, this says Starla. And then he also put my favorite number 111 on it as well. And that number is very symbolic of, my grandmother. So this piece has a lot of sentimental value. I've always been drawn to a modern aesthetic, but I grew up in a very Art Deco house. My parents had that sort of taste. So I love blending collectibles with modern, and I am drawn also to a mid-century sort of design. So I found this incredible designer. Her name is Jensen Daggett, and she also shares that same vision, and she helped me through each of the 3 stages. So when you go through my home, you're gonna see a lot of furniture from the 70s. Jensen and I have so much fun finding stuff online. Like literally, we're on First Dibs, and even like OfferUp, you never know where you're gonna find stuff. The dining table was a huge thing. It's called the Cityscape, and I just thought that it was just so cool, and the colors of it blend in with the round sofa lounger that we also found on First Dibs. So everything kind of, complements each other, and I feel like when you're styling your home, it just needs to feel soothing and relaxing and neutral, and the color palette is so important. So now as we come over here, I'm gonna show you the powder room, which it's not just a powder room. This thing, so much. Like honestly, most people don't do the amount of work that I did, but I really feel like when guests use a powder room, it should be fun. So the wallpaper is really fun, and the mirror that I put in this bathroom, I had a TV installed, and I didn't do it to watch TV. I did it just so it could be on the Apple screensaver, because that's also like moving art. And here we have fish. And then also the floating toilet was also really important. In Beverly Hills, you have to have a structural engineer come in and do a whole report and make sure that a wall could support the floating toilet. It literally took 2 months. I had to build a second wall for it, and it like cost me like 4 times more than I thought it was going to, but it was definitely worth it. So now we're going to be moving into the guest bathroom area. So for me, it was really important to really go over the top with my bathrooms. So obviously I did, you know, the fun TV in the mirror with the moving art through Apple. And I designed my toilets to be smart toilets. And also, the reason why I think I went way over the top with everything is because for me, I want my home to also feel like an escape, like a really high-end hotel. Like if you were in the best suite, like the penthouse suite at the Four Seasons in Bali or anywhere in the world, and a place that you never really want to leave. So I'm sure when I have guests come over, they get used to it pretty quick, and that was pretty much my mission. So if you come in, you'll see that I also did a spa tub, and it has chromotherapy in it, so it lights up, and even down to the hardware. This is from Jesse, and it really created kind of like a fun like Art Deco kind of a vibe. Also, the stone that we used, it's so different. It's a marble, and I just love the texture in it. I have never seen marble that looked like this, and when I saw it at the showroom at Walker Zanger, I fell in love with it and had to have it. So it really came together with the porcelain herringbone flooring and the quartzite countertop. A lot of what we're seeing now with trends, it's moving to floating cabinetry. So for me, it was really important that my cabinetry, especially in the bathrooms, feels like it's floating. And then it was also important for me to light it up, and it just creates a really nice aesthetic. So I got into real estate right out of college. I had my license when I was 18, but I thought it would be very important to get a college degree first. So I went to the University of Denver, and right when I graduated, I decided, okay, what am I gonna do with my degree? And I just knew that I don't wanna work at McDonald's, so I'm like, I have a real estate license, so I probably should give it a shot. And next thing I knew, I was working as a real estate agent in Beverly Hills, and it's been 23 years. And during my time as a real estate agent, the producers of $1 Million Listing found me and put me on the show, and that was a whole nother experience. I mean, a lot of real estate agents and people that love real estate, you know, connect with me from the show. I see them when I'm walking around town, and people say hi, and they always ask me advice, like aspiring real estate agents, what should they do? And I just found the whole process to be really incredible. And yeah, and just because I have been a real estate agent so many years, I see some of the best homes that anyone is ever gonna see in a lifetime. And the styles are so unique. And that's why when I come back home, I wanna feel like I'm living in my own art piece. And I just feel really relaxed and soothed when I'm in my space. And you know the saying, create a life that you don't need a vacation from. And I feel like I did it with my home. So now we're gonna enter the second bedroom, which I'm using as an office. And this space is just really nice. It serves as also a studio for me when I'm like playing guitar. And I found this great sofa, and it pulls out into a bed, so it's really easy if my friends want to stay over. And all of the art in this room, it's fun. That is a Warhol from the Warhol factory. And I found this great painting with so many words on it. Every day when I look at a new word pops out at me, I'm like, okay, it's a word of the day. And then my parents got me this artwork. This was an iconic place called Tale of the Pup in Los Angeles. And a painter painted that, and I just think it's so cool and, you know, very LA. Also, my furniture is very much in a mid-century modern aesthetic. And, you know, all of the photos of the people that I truly care about. And Jensen, my designer, brought me this Keith Haring book, and she's like, always leave it open to this page because it ties everything together. And this crystal ball I had in one of my music videos that I did back in the day for the song Magic. It's on YouTube, and it was always special because it brought me back to that time in my life, so I put it in my home. My biggest tip, like literally number one, is patience. Without patience, you're never gonna get through a remodel. But just the nuts and bolts of a remodel, and my best advice being a real estate expert, kitchen and bathrooms. Those are the number one rooms to spend your money in. And the rest, I would say flooring and that sort of thing. But that's been known to maximize value when you spend your money on the kitchen and the bathrooms. So that's actually where I started in my first remodel, and then my second remodel, I completely gutted my primary bathroom and turned it into kind of like a spa with an infinity tub, and it's overflowing. Everyone thinks when I'm filling it up, they're like, oh my God, your tub almost overflowed. I'm like, no, that's the way it is. It's a zero edge tub with, you know, a spillover. So you'll see that. You know, honestly, you're gonna live in your home, so any amount of money that you spend within your budget is gonna go a long way because it's for you. But you know, just work with a designer if you can, or if you have a designed sort of style about you, just keep everything neutral. Because when you go to sell your property, you want to cast the widest net possible in that buyer pool. So now we're entering the primary bedroom, and of course, I love my pop art. This was done by Nelson Delanuez, and I kind of feel like I could relate to the Monopoly guy because I'm kind of like that person for real estate. And as we come in, you'll see that it's a fun space. The ceilings are high. I love my plants, and this one was a great little piece, and we found this really cool pot for it. Basically, I have this floating cabinetry, which houses all of the TV equipment. And when I wake up, I love just having like this great little greenery outside. It kind of feels very Ralph Lauren. And again, having great little pillows and a throw blanket. And honestly, what I find that I need to be able to sleep like and get my full REM 8 hours is that Sleep Number makes this air conditioned heater type of a bed. So that's what you see sticking out on the side. So depending on how cold or how warm it is, I actually like to sleep cold in my bed. But yeah, it's just a great little space to wake up to. And as you can see, I have more plants over here in this cool little like mid-century piece that we found. And Jensen, my designer, found this really cool piece on eBay. And then this really cool dog bed, which I feel bad you don't get to meet my dog Callie, but she has some really cool things. And I love this, this designer. And yeah, and then more pictures. This was me and my previous dog, Starla, who I've talked about, the 3-pound Chihuahua. And this is my mother with Starla. So basically, I fell in love with these side tables. They're mid-century pieces, and they really complement the bed really well. And again, I like texture, so I love all of the hardware that they put in it. And these table lamps, when Jensen and I saw them, we're like, I have to get them because they're so cool. And I found them at Restoration Hardware. And I also found these sconces at Restoration Hardware as well. And also I'm kind of like, you know, a nerd when it comes to like all my audio and visual equipment. So all throughout my home, it's on Sonos, and I have surround sound in the office, the TV area next to the fireplace space, and my primary bedroom. And you know I like TVs, so TVs are literally everywhere. I don't think people need as many TVs as me, but as you know, a lot of my TVs play like art. Obviously, sleeping is really important for me, which is why I did so much with my bed, with the AC unit, the heating. But for me to get a lot of sleep, I need to be in complete darkness. So I had motorized shades all throughout my home installed, and it completely blacks out my room. So when the sun comes up in the early morning, it doesn't wake me up. So now we're gonna enter the primary bathroom. And so I did this in my second remodel in 2015. And I really wanted to create the absolute spa. And I feel like I really did accomplish that. And this tub was a must. I had to get it because I've always liked zero edge pools, infinity type of a style, and to actually be in the tub and have it kind of overflowing, it's so soothing. And it's really funny because my friends are here and I'm turning on the tub sometimes just to show it to them, and then it's almost overflowing. They're like, oh my God, your tub is about to overflow on the floor. And I go, no, that's just the way the tub is. It's a spillover. But it's actually a cool piece that you don't see a lot of bathrooms with. So I really liked being able to center my bathroom around this infinity soak tub by Kohler. And obviously had to have my TV in the bathroom with the Apple screensaver for moving art. And also this was a mirror designed by Electric Mirror. This I did in 2015. But if I would have done this in this last remodel, you know it would have had a TV in it. And then we'll go into the shower area. And basically, I did a rain shower up on top, and I love how I could change the lighting. It has chromotherapy in it to any color that I want, but I'm in love with that cobalt blue. So that's what I always shower with. And then I did speakers in the shower. So when I'm in the steam, I could put on something really relaxing, and this bench kind of comes out, and then I could lay on it. And I did a linear drain, which I'm a huge fan of. I feel like metal drains are so ugly. They're such an eyesore. So to have a linear drain in my shower was important. But I won't even get into, the construction of it, because there's a lot of things that need to be done underneath it. And then you'll see there's no knobs on my shower. It's actually done by a digital DTV unit by Kohler. So it operates the water flow, the lights, and the music, the steam, everything in one. So like I said, I'm a nerd when it comes to high tech, and this definitely does it for me. A really cool feature of this tub is where the actual water comes from, because you don't see a faucet anywhere, right? Well, if you look up on the ceiling, it comes straight down. And it's really fast. It's like about 5 gallons per minute. And the tub has to fill up really fast, or else it will get cold before it's finished filling. Also, when I'm in the shower, and maybe I want privacy, I didn't really know how I was going to do it, and I found this special thing that basically frosts up the glass, and it's a flip of a switch. Okay, so now over here, I had this area designed. It was just open space when I bought the unit, And I had Aron Cuisine, who did my kitchen, design this hamper unit. And then we did a nice little Caesar stone countertop, and obviously the Juicy Leaf and their magical creations, and then a great space for all of my towels. Now we're entering my closet, and it's a really fun space. We did wild carpeting that we got from Star Carpets, and Aron Cuisine also did the closet. Great Italian designer who I highly recommend. But for me, it was important that I could see all my clothes, I could see all the shoes, and we did glass on the drawers, which I feel gives it, some oomph. And it's arranged by jeans, t-shirts. Now you see I kind of wear a few different hats outside of real estate. I love my clothes with a little paint on them. And then obviously the sweaters, we got all my jackets, my suits when I really want to put the hard sell in on a house, and pants, and then there's some more over here in my hats and everything. But I really feel like a closet should be well organized, so you know where everything's laid out and you could just grab it on the go. A home to me is very personal, because in your home you're going to be spending like 90% of your time after work, before work, sleeping. So it needs to feel like a place where you could escape, where it's you could reflect, you could grow, evolve in your home. And a home, if it's done correctly, will actually aid in helping you to be, just really on top of your game. And it's just, my home to me has always kind of come along in my journey, and it's seen some of my biggest deals in my 23-year real estate career. And it's not only a part of me, but it's a part of my family. And I never want to leave this home. And I put a lot of love and energy, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears too during the remodel. But at the end of the day, it was 100% worth it.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to go to homeworthy.com for exclusive content, shopping guides, and so much more.